Hey there, I'm Paula Pan. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible.
If you don't control your money, it controls you.
Yeah, you're not in control of your finances, and you have to look outside of yourself to live the life that you want. You're not in control of your life.
Like, what is it that you actually want? Money should follow the dreams and goals, because sometimes we make the dream and goal the money, and you've overworked yourself and you've exceeded what you've needed for the actual thing you want. Sometimes we forget, like, what's the actual thing you want?
Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Always happy to be joined by former Alabama head coach Wimp Sanderson, brought to you each and every week by Craneworks.
Lift it, load it, grade it, grind it, move it, haul it, rig it, dig it, Craneworks, Rentalworks, yeah, the big dog's got it.
Wimp Sanderson on Three Man Front is brought to you by Craneworks. Lift it, buy it, rent it. The big dog's got it. And now, Wimp Sanderson.
Coach Wimp Sanderson joins us now on the Higginbotham Hotline. Coach, did you stay up late like me and Landrum and watch the soccer match last night?
Unfortunately, I did not. There's one thing that you do not need in soccer.
Okay.
A scoreboard.
That's true.
You don't need a big scoreboard. The scores are 4-3 or 2-1.
Very true.
No scoreboard. Save money. If you're broke, save money. You ain't be no kind of big scoreboard.
I can't believe that you have not jumped on board and supported our boys in their effort to do something historic.
I tried to jump on board, but my sleep overcame me. So I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I don't know. You said they didn't change Turkey's name, and you said this and said that. They kicked the ball around. I look up and they played for I don't know how long. The score's 1-0. 1-0. Oh,
I would love to see Coach Wimp Sanderson on a recruiting visit back in the day to Eastern Europe and going and talking to some of these kids.
Oh, if I could gotten a player, I'd like soccer. I talked about it.
Yeah, you would.
I'd read a book. I'd read a book on soccer when I got there. You thought I was soccer.
Horse meat. That's my favorite. Yeah, thank you.
So wait a second, Coach. You mean to tell me in Florence, Alabama, you never played a little soccer?
We never played no cotton picking. We couldn't even spell it up there. No, we ain't playing no soccer up there. I got about three or four things I want to tell you. First of all, this 5-on-5, this 5-5 basketball playing is great.
You like it?
Yeah. Well, if I went to a junior, guess who I got at a junior college? Gary Elliott, great guard for me.
Yeah.
David Benoit.
Oh, Benoit. Player. Absolutely.
Latrell Sprewell.
Oh, another good one.
He's all right.
Guess what? If I had gotten those today, they'd have 3 more years of eligibility.
Not bad.
When I was coaching, you had 3 years of eligibility and 1 year on a freshman team. And if you didn't like the freshman team, didn't think you were going to play, you were 88 out the gate, and you had to sit out a year. So where it's gone from 3 years back when old guys like me had it, it's gone now to 5. So that's a plus, I think, and I had some really good junior college guys. I know, and it'll affect the high school kids a little bit. I think maybe if people stay a little bit longer, maybe my son thinks it's going to affect the high school kids more than I do, but he thinks it may have a little bit of effect on high school recruiting. I have no idea. What are
your thoughts on just overall what you've seen as far as those kinds of things being implemented? You think it's a good thing?
I was just fixing to say that. Yeah, and I think that's a quick question for me. I think this. I think the Protect the College Sports Act is going to be sent to Congress. 19-9 was the vote by the people to send it to Congress. The SEC and the Big Ten don't like it. I feel like it'll pass easily, and the reason it's going to pass is the people that vote on it don't know what they're voting on. They don't know. They don't understand. And nobody, unless somebody's politically gotten to them and told them to vote this way or the other, they don't know how to vote. They just know that there's going to be a change in things, and they think a change is better. And the SEC and the Big Ten have said they'll go along, try to do as best they possibly can with the changes, because it's going to be more lawsuits rather than less. But I predict that when it goes to the full act of Congress, it's going to pass. So I don't know if you two guys have any comment on that at all, about that.
Pat, you don't think you don't think ultimately it'll pass?
I don't think they have the votes now to get. They got to get 60 votes in the Senate.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
And and that's just my opinion, Coach. Could be totally wrong. The lobbyists get involved. You know how that works. It could change on a heartbeat. But even if it gets past the Senate, I think the gridlock that you have in D.C., especially in the House, being so close between the Republicans and the Democrats, I just don't think that they're going to be able to agree upon it. So.
I hadn't thought about it quite the way you have. You might be correct. That's hard to.
But your theory is a good one, Coach.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm undecided. It wouldn't surprise me either way how they vote. But for you to say, they're going to be voting because they don't know what they're voting on, I think there's something to that.
I do too.
I think a little bit. You don't really know. When Coach Saban got up there, and he always does a good job, he was very positive about things. I'm not 100% sure he knew everything that was involved in it. I'm not that he's not smart, because he's darn smart and a great coach and a good friend. But I'm not sure when he was as positive as he was with that small group that he talked to, that he quite knew everything that the SEC feels like they know.
Right.
And maybe those words will push it towards the positive part of it, and maybe Pat's wrong. Maybe I'm dead wrong, and maybe y'all dead right. I just kind of feel that way. I don't know.
Coach, I want to ask you about this. It made me think about Dusty May this week. It surprised a lot of people after he wins the national championship. Great coach, took FAU to the Final Four, got to Michigan, had 2 great years, won the Natty, and now he's off to the NBA. How shocked were you to see him leave Ann Arbor for the NBA?
A little bit shocked. I think because he's going to be able to recruit more players and maybe have a shot at winning it again, although that's not very easy to do. They had talked with the coach at Duke. I'm not saying that he was offered the job, but they had talked to both those coaches. And he decided he would take it. He was assistant coach to Mike Davis at UAB, and Mike Davis had played for me at Alabama. Mm-hmm. And I knew him a little bit, didn't know him great, but of course Mike was a terrific player for me. And I guess I'm a little bit shocked that he left. I think you have to have a different kind of personality, I think, and he probably has that personality to coach pros. I didn't. My personality, they all think I'm gruff, and I am.
What is that personality, Coach? Describe that.
Well, it's a personality that sort of get along with everybody. Yeah. Everybody's doing good, that kind of thing. And I thought everybody was doing bad. No, I didn't care about that. But I pushed my guys. I felt like my guys need to be pushed harder. And of course, nobody wanted me to have a job when I got it, so I just pushed even harder. I didn't care. So anyway, I think that personality is good for him, and I think he'll coach him well. I really don't. I don't have an inside feel for him at all. While we're talking about that, I don't totally agree with Random on star ratings. He thinks when you see a star, that's because the star parts when you're recruiting people, you don't know about them mentally, and the mental part of it is so important to, as I've said, members physical at 3:1. I think this about Alabama. We have a lot of Alabama listeners. That Georgia sort of, with a lot of players in their state, they just said, you can come with us. Somebody else is going to offer you more money. We've got a program going, and they sort of did it that way and didn't try to buy them. I think Alabama has signed some people, at least on my show, that people are questioning because they star them at 3, and they're all upset about that. I think if you feel like a guy can play for you, and you bring him in, and the coaches get around him, and the players get around him. He's big, strong, and physical, and doesn't quite have the ability. The odds of him playing for you, if he stays, are great. If he's mentally, it's good. I believe that. I mentally physical at 3:1. I think if the guy, if you don't like the guy off the field, then no. But I think what Alabama has done is that they have been able to keep the players that they've had. Now, I'm just to talk about offensive coordinator in a minute, and everybody will hang up on me. But I forget the number. Alabama had lost 1 or 2 players. I think if you keep players that have a chance to play, if your staff feels like they can play, and your head coach believes in your staff, and that everybody, if it's an offensive guy and he comes in and talks to the defensive guy, for example, if he's an offensive player, he talks to defensive people. I think you get a better feel for him overall. Now, I could be wrong. And, hey, let me tell both of you something. If I'm wrong, then you get fired.
Yeah.
You get fired.
Yeah.
So that's just that simple. You get fired. You made a mistake. Indiana did something nobody thought would anybody do anything. You're telling me if I woke up one night and said Indiana won the national championship, I'd say you're crazy. So I think maybe for Alabama, that is a way to go. Are they tough on him? I think they like playing for him. Is that going to win games? If the players are good enough? Y'all comment on that for me. And it's to me, it's a little bit like Georgia did, except Georgia did it first. But Georgia didn't say, we got this much money for you. I mean, Georgia did say, we got this much money for you. Take it or leave it. After they had won a national championship, they could say that. But both of you guys comment to our listeners about and correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think there's something to it. I think there's a lot of unknown right now because we're so early and we're still kind of in its infancy of transfer portal and NIL. So my whole reaction to whatever they're doing is, I think it's too early to criticize because we don't know. I think the things that you question as far as recruiting and maybe the number and who they're going to sign, you look at the Georgias, the LSUs, and everybody's situation's different and say, why are these schools still recruiting like they traditionally have? And Alabama's taking this approach. But you mentioned Kurt Cignetti in Indiana. They did it a different way. They're doing it a different way this year. So I don't know if it's fair to criticize, but one thing is for sure, like you said, if it doesn't work, it's not going to matter anyways. He'll be gone.
Yeah. Pat, what are you saying?
I think what you said in that, Coach, is whatever philosophy you decide to move on in this day and time, at the end of the day, you're going to roll the dice. And if it doesn't work out, then you're going to be in the bullseye to potentially lose your job. Yeah. And I think you have to think outside the box. I know that's an overused cliche when you talk about stuff like this nowadays, but you see what Cignetti did in Bloomington. And so now everybody is wanting to replicate that. And so I will give Courtney Morgan and Coach DeBoer a lot of credit. This is bold. I mean, we've not seen this before. And you're also asking a fan base to be very patient because for the last 15 years, Coach, as we both know, it's been nothing but number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 type of recruiting classes. And it will not be that way this year.
Well, the whole word in all of this is expectations.
Right,
right.
And I'm not trying to compare what I did, my job, but when I got the job, the expectation, I had to help see him, and we've gotten a good program. Expectations were high, and people, found out that I was rough and tough and mean, and I think I tried to make our guys. I was a little bit gruffer than anybody around, and told everybody what I thought. The one thing I didn't do, I didn't criticize my fans. I didn't say anything. I mean, darn sure that my fans were there to see our team play, and I poor mouthed about my team outside the box to the media, and I bragged on them inside when they had the door shut. So I just think because they're not tough publicly. I don't think that you kind of coach your own personality. I think that's all this stuff that sounds corny, but I think that's big. I think you just coach you just make them, and I've said this on your show before, but when I sent Hollywood Robertson and Robert Orr and them through tough times, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. They didn't like me. But when they got through, they looked back on it and cared a lot about me.
Yes.
And appreciated what we did. And I think I say this all the time on this show, but we have different listeners, and I think it's just like, if your mother tells you to come in at 10 o'clock at night, and you get mad about it, coming in at 10 o'clock at night, you want to stay out later. When you get married, and you have a kid, you say, "Son, you got to be in at 10 o'clock," because you're doing the same thing that your mama did to you. And you didn't like it when she did it to you, but you like it for your kids.
Yes.
So that's the kind of, and even though I say this a lot, I think it's good for parents to hear it. It's not corny. It's the truth. When you go through tough times, you don't like the tough times. When you get back and look at it, and you go a little bit further with your life, you look back at it and you like it. So
that's right.
That's about it.
No, that's good stuff. He's Coach Wimp Sanderson, and Coach joins us for these enlightening, entertaining conversations every single Friday, and they're brought to us by our good friends at Craneworks.
Well, Craneworks is absolutely the very best and most trusted equipment in the country. For 30 years, they've had trained operators who make darn sure that everything that they do is aboard. They tear things down and build it back up. Whether it be around here, whether it be in Huntsville, that's grown so much, in Mobile and Nashville and areas like that. And along with Rental Works, which is an outfit where you can rent the equipment. I did that, and you can handle Rental Works yourself. They'll bring an operator with them. Crane Works, Dave and them do a terrific job of doing everything they possibly can to please you. They've got landscaping equipment. They've got escalators. They got anything that you need, and they're absolutely great people. Appreciate you guys having me on. I know that's corny stuff.
No, it was great stuff, Coach.
At least for people to think about, because when you raise your kids, it ain't easy. And, I see where this situation at Alabama with this running back is. Oh, here's what I want to say. I know I got to go. Everybody's mad at the offensive coordinator at Alabama. Well, let me tell you something. Players win games. If you open the whole, maybe you need to recruit a better player, but players win games. If I set screens for my guy to shoot a 15-foot jump shot and he misses it, it's his fault.
Yeah.
So I thought he was going to make it. So I think it's important that, I've had the defensive coordinator on my show. I haven't had the offensive coordinator on there, but we have a tendency to really wear that out. And I do think that you got to get the whole, you got to coach them where the whole. The reason I say this to you, and I'm getting out of here, is the offensive coordinator at Alabama has been rated one of the top 3 in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they went crazy on my show about that. They called in by the truckloads. So on your show they won't. But I think you have to look at that totally before you criticize too much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate
Good to talk to you. Talk to you next
Coach Wimp
week.
Sanderson, presented by Craneworks with the Higginbotham Hotline. You deserve solutions that are built for you. Higginbotham's your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services. Take Coach's advice, Conrad. Get off of Ryan Grubb. Just stop the Ryan Grubb hate. It's going to be fine. 3-man front continues.
One Night with Steiny.
One Night with Steiny. Shout out, full send now.
Hey, bro, what's your name, bro?
Steiny. What the hell? We've been sitting here for like an hour together.
I don't know your name. What's your name, bro?
Steiny. I can't guarantee anything. All I can guarantee is that you're going to be entertained. I'm a professional. I'm here to interview.
So the whole interview, you didn't ask me what I like better, Burger King or McDonald's.
All right, and we are going to wrap up on that note. Thank you, Steve, so much. That was amazing.
Burger King.
One Night with Steiny. One Night with Steiny, baby. What's up?
One Night with Steiny. Follow and listen on your favorite platform. Full Send Golf, part of the Full Send podcast.
All right, the Full Send Golf channel. I was like, let's go to the range. Then fell in love with it.
This pod is about to be crazy. I don't even know what's going to happen.
Join the party on the golf course.
You guys know how much I really, really love golf.
All right, Salim, we got 2 putts to break 80 here.
Get it there, right?
You wouldn't want it any other way, brother.
These are the ones we practice.
Go.
Yeah!
Oh, let's go.
Let's go! 80s, bro. Yeah, even though it's from the Reds.
It's just like a boys scrap.
Full Send Golf. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.